Alright, this is a test run here. I'm going to try to figure this out. It's definitely not going to be perfect the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time around. But I'm going to figure out how to stream these charts, NQ and MNQ. I'm not going to be trading anytime soon today. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do so, probably around market open. Right now the market's ready to close in about 30 minutes for futures, and yeah, volumes a lot different, momentum's a lot different. It's slowed down, it's died out. So we're going to try to figure out how to, this is kind of a test, trying to figure out how to record this screen so that I can have it shown for you tomorrow. And we're going to show some psychological hurdles that a lot of people go through. I've noticed 22 common psychological hurdles out of the 5,097 people I've coached so far to date. It seems when people overcome the first 11, they're not making a ton of money, but they are at least consistent and profitable. And by the time they overcome the most common 22, they're just crushing it. I'll see what I can do tomorrow to get this up and rolling, and go over some psychological hurdles, trade live, and I'm not going to promise that anything is going to be, I'm not going to promise that we're going to win anything. I can't do that in this industry. But I did go to school for psychology, computer science, and linguistics. Now that part I can guarantee. I can guarantee the psychology part of it. I can guarantee the consistency. I can guarantee the discipline. And if people do the discipline and the consistency with what works, the rest is just a byproduct. You'll get exactly what you want. So let's see how this goes. Again, I'm going to try to figure out this part here and see if we can't go live tomorrow. So now you're probably going to see me just going through a bunch of troubleshooting and mumbo jumbo, but there's a link down in the description. Somebody can contact whenever they want and set up on the link. They can set up a time where we can chat, and we'll go over what your trading experience is like, what kind of strategies you like, and I can, if it's helpful, I can talk about some of the things I've learned and insights I've had from the 5,097 people I've worked with to date, and how they overcame their psychological hurdles in trading. Alright, so for now, from this point on, you're probably just going to hear some mumbo jumbo because I'm going to try to figure out how to make this stream go live. Because currently, it looks like the screen is blank, and that won't help anybody. Let's see what I can do to make this work. You might hear just a bunch of quietness and nothing. Okay, looks like we got this rolling. Reversal one on here, but I'm probably not going to be taking any trades. I'm probably not going to be taking any trades right now. Because the market is just about to close. And if I do that, I am really in trouble. Okay, I'm seeing that I am not very good at multitasking here. Let's see what I can do. Alright, now we're in business. Now, if I wanted to, I could trade, but that would just be foolish because the market's about to close. And since the market's about to close, momentum is quite a bit different. Patterns are actually pretty close to the same, but we won't be getting into that. We're going to be getting more into the psychology of it. You will see me take live trades. I plan to do it every day. If one comes up, I'll take it, but I don't plan on taking any right now because yeah, the market's about to close. Momentum's different, even though the patterns are about the same. We're going to do more psychology. There are about 22 psychological hurdles that most traders go through. That's my alarm telling me the market's getting ready to close. Be careful taking the trade. 22 psychological hurdles. Um, I've worked with 5,097 people to date, and what I have noticed is it is extremely common. Actually, no, still I don't see anything I like just yet. It is extremely common for people to go through one of these 22. In fact, I've actually never met a profitable trader that hasn't gone through all 22. Um, you know, some of the common ones are, when people chase and they know they shouldn't have gotten in, but they see, these candles take off like a rocket. And they're like, oh, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it because it's going to go real far. There's that. Sometimes people revenge trade. Sometimes they try to make the money back when they lost it. Sometimes people don't have a pattern. Sometimes people double down. Sometimes people go back and look at their trades if they even journal at all. They go back and look at their trades and then they find out, what the heck was I thinking? Because I shouldn't have even done that anyway. That wasn't even one of my rules. We're going to go through all that stuff and more. When I first got into trading, I actually thought that because I studied psychology, I'm going to breeze right through this. This isn't going to be a problem at all. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong because, as it turned out, I made all of those mistakes and a whole lot more. Yeah, being a psychologist actually did not. Being in psychology didn't help me at all. I had to overcome every single one of them, and I thought I knew, you know, what I was doing, but I still had to overcome every single one of them. So, as of this movie, in 2025, I've been trading 3 years, a little over 3 years, and I am going to show you some of the things that I learned, um, and the psychology. And I'm not charging for these live trades or anything like that, but if you do want help on the psychology, that's the part I can guarantee. Because there are certain things in the prefrontal cortex, in the limbic system, in the amygdala. If people change it, well, then their response is different. And sometimes it's kind of like in a traumatic situation. I'm not sure what I can and can't say on YouTube for some of the trauma victims or interrogations that I've worked in with government, but in a trauma-like situations, the brain goes immediately to the amygdala to respond, so that it bypasses any rationale because it wants us to be safe, so it makes us react. Well, the best thing to do in that situation is change the dopaminergic response so it shifts the neurons and how the amygdala responds, so then the person will respond to trading differently. Now, in a trauma situation or an interrogation situation, it's the same thing. You're trying to get a dopaminergic response, just fancy word for dopamine response, so that it changes how the amygdala will react. In trading, we can do the same thing so that people react to the good ones, do not react to the bad ones, and it's quite fascinating how quickly this stuff pans out. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be taking some live trades. You're gonna see me sink or swim here. You're gonna see how this all goes down. That's kind of a trade right there. I'm just gonna jump in and out real quick because just micros real quick.
Order filled.
Because I want to see how this is gonna play out. This is gonna be micros. I'm not really doing anything fancy. A lot of my trading tomorrow is gonna be micros anyway. And that would be a horrible time to trade. But since I'm trying to figure out how to get this whole thing set up, I'm going to jump in here and see. Go ahead and jump in here and see how this looks when I actually put this live video recording back to me. I think there actually is a trade here, perhaps, but if not, that's fine. I just want to see how this works out. $7, $6, I'm not losing much. Today I'm happy enough with how today went, so we'll just leave it at that and just trade one micro contract because I'm curious to see how. I actually do think it's going to go up to that level, but it may not before market closes. It closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time every day, and I might end up losing maybe $40 on this, but that's okay. I had a pretty good day. If I show my trades here, I traded some accounts, did not trade others. So yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm not, again, I'm just going to repeat this like a broken record. I'm not going to guarantee you're going to make anything money-wise because I can't do that in this industry. And I can't guarantee these are going to work for you. I'm just going to show you what I do and give some explanations. But my forte is definitely the psychology. Having worked with um, having worked with 5,097 people one-on-one to date, um, that part I can guarantee the discipline. I can guarantee the consistency with your goals. You say the goal, and I show you how to get there. That part I can guarantee. Unfortunately, I don't even think I have the link in the description. I need to be putting that link in the description so people can contact me via Calendly if they do have some questions. Um, and we can chat. We can go over your strategy, what's been working for you, what hasn't. I'll ask some questions for clarity, and then I can give you some insights based on the people I have worked with that might be somewhat helpful. I am not 100% successful with everybody I work with. I'm just going to be upfront about that. I don't even know that that's possible. I am pretty darn proud that it is 83.3%. That I'm very proud of. I think a lot of that is, and I'm just going to come out and say it, because a lot of my strategies that I use in psychology are based on absolute truths, universal truths, eternal truths. And we can get into all that later. But the idea is that there is always some sort of supply and demand. You can measure the supply, you can measure the demand. But we can get into all that later. That's more of the, maybe I'm going too granular on that. The basic idea is there are going to be things that everybody needs to work on. I've never seen anyone who's profitable that hasn't gone at least through 22 of these psychological hurdles. Never seen it. And another thing we're going to do is, let's see, multitasking is not one of my specialties, as you will find. So trading, talking at the same time, answering anybody is probably not going to go so well, but I'm sure I'll get better at it as time goes on, just like anything else. I forgot what I was going to say, but very common. We'll mark this closed in 12 minutes. Very common that people come in with or without a strategy, and I can't guarantee the strategy, but I can guarantee the psychology. And when they have their goals and we figure out what psychology they need for those goals, then the rest is just, that's my specialty. That people, the consistency, the discipline will be there. I remember what I was going to say now. According to the American Psychological Association, it takes an average of 1 to 3 years for people to even start seeing results. I think that's asinine. That's just ridiculous. You tell somebody who's going through some, I don't know what I can and can't say on here on YouTube, but you tell somebody that's going through some serious issues and considering or something like that, and no way. No way. So I refuse to use traditional methods. Traditional methods sure as heck didn't work when I was interrogating people that were brought into captivity as terrorists. Um, so, but the idea is that it is possible to do the same thing with trading that I did with those people I worked with. Um, as well, they say that traditional methods are only 43% effective, which I actually think is quite pathetic. And I'll just be honest, seriously. For an industry like self-help or therapy or something that's been around for centuries, literally, helping other people, to say you're only 43% effective is just pathetic. So I don't pretend that my methods are perfect. You'll definitely see they're not. You might even see me get caught up in some of these psychological hurdles once in a while. I'll try to point them out. And but I am darn proud that out of the 5,097 people I've worked with one-on-one, my results are 83.3%. There's nothing like it in the entire therapy industry, not even close. So, um, let's see how this trade goes. It's probably going to retrace. I actually think it's going to make another jump up, but it might not before market close, and I'm not going to hold my position over the close. With my prop firm account, if I do hold past the close, then my account stay closed. So I won't be doing that. All right, so let's see how this is going to go. Sometimes in trading, you just wait and see how it goes. I don't really care if I get stopped out on this one. Particularly, this was me just setting it up, taking a quick dumb trade, which is pretty dumb taking it at this time of day because um, it's 4:51 in the afternoon Eastern time, 2:51 my time. 4:51 in the afternoon means the market's going to close in 9 minutes. So yeah, the momentum is different. So it was pretty dumb to take a trade, but that's all right. Um, it's only maybe 40 bucks at most that I might lose if it goes down against my stop, and not necessarily trying to win this trade. I thought it was a good setup, but I traded some of my accounts today, and here's how they ended up. Uh, so I'll just leave it at that. And tomorrow you're going to uh, see how this goes. Tomorrow I'll trade this one again. This take profit trader prop firm account. Yeah. Let's see my screen here. Looks like I will be getting out before the day is over. So I'm just going to cut it off at 3 p.m. my time, or actually before, because I don't want to get caught in a trade as the market changes. But you're probably going to hear a lot of silence. Sometimes I'm just waiting for something. I'm actually going to take a break here while this is going, and text another client that I'm going to meet with real soon here. I actually do think it's going to go up to that level, but I don't know that it will go up before market close. So let's see. If it doesn't, I'm going to close it down in 4 minutes, just so I don't get caught in a trade. Because I'm a prop firm account and they don't allow trades over the halt. And a lot of you probably already know with futures, there's a halt between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday on futures. Wow, with this much time, I might actually make it to my take profit before we're done here. How about that? And it's not going to be much. I mean, it's only going to be like 14 bucks. So, not really a big deal. But I'm basically doing this because I wanted to see if this was gonna how this was gonna work. Because trying to figure out this platform I'm using to do live trades and then stream them. So yeah, we're not breaking the bank on anything here. Tomorrow you'll probably see me live at the Open doing maybe 2-3 contracts, something like that. I don't really need to make a whole lot. And you'll see tomorrow I will not. But when I'm going to take this account here. This is a prop firm account, and that's showing up. As you can see, my antivirus has expired. Oh, okay, I don't like when that shows up in the trade because it's not this chart over here. Sometimes I'll take one on NQ. Sometimes I'll take one on the MNQ. But usually MNQ, because even though the trade might work out, I've got to have enough space for the risk reward. Because if I take it on NQ and I don't have enough space for the trade to develop, well, now I'm really in trouble because I would lose money on the trade and I might even lose my account. I'm going to take this prop firm here. I actually signed up for it today. I'm going to take this account here, this test account. I'll show you that I'm going to take it all the way through to profitability. That's the hope. Of course I could lose it. Not a guarantee. But my consistency should be pretty good. So if the consistency is good and I'm helping people out who are watching and trying to figure this game out, and my discipline is good, then the rest should be a byproduct. So with this account, I've got to trade it 5 days and make over $1,500 bucks. Today was the first day, and made over 500. So I have to trade a minimum of 5 days. Both have to be satisfied in order for me to pass this account. After that happens, I'll be trading live, and they pay me a percentage of everything I make. Alright, so the market's going to close up shop here. I'm going to close about 30 seconds early. It may not hit my take profit, which is fine. I'm just doing this trade here because I wanted to see if it's actually going to show up. My screen's going to record because tomorrow I'll be doing it for real. Doing more contracts, everything like that. But alright, so about 30 seconds and I'll wrap it up. I don't actually know if it's going to hit my take profit before market close in like 45 seconds, but that's okay either way because this is just testing to make sure I have this set up for tomorrow at the Open. Alright, I'm going to close it up because I can't hold a trade over the close and the halt period. They don't like that, and it goes against their rules. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop it out here. Make sure I don't break any rules.
Order filled.
Okay, so tomorrow I will see everybody live, and I'll be ready at market open. I'll probably open up a little bit early. Sometimes I take a trade before the open, but many times I don't. Just depends if I see what I'm looking for, and I'll just wait for that. All right. See everybody mañana.